Hi guys, can you hear me? If you can hear our voice, could you type a yes in the chat room? Thank you, thank you. So we're going to start. I'm Jeremy from Hong Kong HR. This is Ben.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so today we have a very casual sharing about meditations. But before we start, let me have introductions about the program, 2Connect. Welcome all of you to join 2Connect, to learn and to connect. The objectives for this program are pretty simple. We want to build this platform for all of you to be our key opinion leaders, to influence your knowledge to others. And then we want you to make more friends together from different departments, different regions, through these mutual learning sections. And of course, we want to foster a culture of knowledge sharing in our organizations. So why do we call 2Connect 2Connect? Because yes, of course, we wanted to connect to each other. Second, after the sections, we want you to take two takeaways and then share with your two of your friends, maybe your colleagues, your families or relatives, so on. And then the two rest of the meaning is we want you to be our key opinion leaders and also to keep on learning in your career journey. So don't be shy, be our key opinion leader. We have two mainstream content you can share. One is professional content. It's about personal development related. Like you can share how to make a good impressions to others, how to deal with generation gaps. This is so-called examples. And then also you can share some leisure content like social and life related, like travel, taking photos, cooking, and so on. So today, the topic meditations, is falling into leisure content. And thanks for Benson, we have successfully conduct the sections called 3D cubicle thinking methodology last March. And then we actually talk about how to use another angle to do problem solving. So we inspire a lot through these sections. And today we switch to a very casual topic called meditations. And know all of you face lots of challenge recently during COVID-19, and some of you may feel panic and feel stressful. So today, a very good sections for us to relieve our stress. So we give a big round of applause virtually to Ben to share this topic. Ben, please.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Hello, everyone. That's much better. I think we're socially distanced enough. It is my absolute pleasure to be doing this sharing session with you today. It's an hour of Serenity, meditation for non-meditators. So I'm really glad, excited for you to be joining us. I think if you're experienced in meditation or have just curious and never done it before, you've come to the right place. So before we get started, I just have a few ground rules that we can use to better enhance our experience. So I know many of you are at home, still stuck in COVID, some of you in offices. For those of you who are in office, we welcome you to join a meeting room so that you can really enjoy the serenity of this practice. In fact, the folks in this meeting room, why don't you guys come closer? Come closer, come around. So sharing the love. Remember, please keep yourselves on mute. It's really valuable as well to either silence or turn off your phone. I know there've been a note about taking pictures later, but it's really for yourself, actually. If you're being constantly distracted during this session, you're not going to get so much out of it. And I want to make sure that you maximize your time in this. So you can surely type in comments and questions in the chat box, and except during the meditation period, because you'll be busy meditating. And then the fantastic Eileen and Jeremy are here to help with moderating questions. We will have a formal Q&A session at the end, okay? And if there's any technical difficulties, we'll pause for a moment, reset, and let you guys know. And Jeremy will let me know too. So last but not least, finally, without disturbing your peers, find the right spot, right time to maybe take a picture, maybe at the end or during your meditation, and quickly turn off your phone. We'd love to share those photos with you afterwards. So we're going to wait a few minutes, but actually I think that's not necessary. Everyone's joined. I think there's something like close to 80. Wow, 91 folks out there today. Hopefully nothing will go wrong with the technical. Okay, so the presentation today will be done in two parts. Many of you know me as Ben, Vice President of Marketing Communications, but today for this session, just think of me as Ben, your colleague, your friend, who's going to take you on this journey to relaxation today. I think that's something we can all use, right? This can be done in two parts. Part one, we'll talk a bit about meditation and the benefits. And then I want us to get right into the exercise. So I'm going to guide you in about a 20-minute relaxation. And it's important because I think it's important for you guys to experience without so much academic information. Just experience the relaxation. That's why you came here today, right? To feel better. Part two, because we still have some time, I'm going to supplement it with sharing with you some of my experiences, not just in meditation, but in wellness. Going through this presentation, I want to focus on all different types of wellness, in which there are many. So I hope by sharing my experiences, you'll be encouraged to also explore more. Finally, we're going to talk about the power of wellness in the mind. So I have another short but fun exercise for everybody. And we're going to end up with my final tips. We're going to have a Q&A, maybe some group discussions, how you guys felt. And I have plenty of resources embedded in this presentation and in the appendix that you can use to continue your journey. Now, what do I want you guys to get out of this today? Number one, I hope you will gain throughout this presentation is to have a great time. That's why you decided to come in today, right? Taking a few minutes to do something really good for yourself. Number two, I hope that all of you will have a little bit more information about wellness or meditation after this. There's nothing to be scared of, okay? And the most important thing is I hope that all of you, after leaving this session today, feel just a little bit, if not a lot better than you did before, okay? So let's get started. So this is the part where we actually can have the whole audience type in a few thoughts. What comes to your mind when you think of meditation? Anyone?
Eliminating thoughts.
Jeremy says eliminating thoughts. We have
Sitting silent.
Religion.
Yeah.
Sitting silence. Religion. Anyone else have some thoughts on what comes to mind? It could be, there's nothing silly or stupid.
Relax your mind.
Relaxing, calming down. Yep. Quiet, I think, is quiet. Total empty of the mind. These are all really great things that come to mind. Awareness, emptiness, total empty mind, more focus. Yeah? You hear all these things across various definitions of meditation. Yeah. So let's go take a look. I was looking up some meditation guidelines, and these are some definitions. It's the act to engage in contemplation or reflection, or to engage in a mental exercise such as concentrating and breathing or repetition of a mantra, which is basically a saying or belief, words, for the purpose of reaching a heightened level of spiritual awareness. What's interesting is some people said religion, and surely there are many aspects of meditation in different religions. Today's purpose, I think meditation most taught everywhere, tries to emphasize that it is a spiritual practice, a physiological practice, versus a religious one. Now, many of meditations have roots in religion, but we won't go so deep into that today. I like this definition as well. Meditation is a practice where an individual uses a technique for focusing the mind and a particular object, a thought, or activity, such as mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is actually being present in the moment and observing things that are going around you without prejudice. Mindfulness and meditation are absolutely go together, and there are specific teachings of meditation that are mindful. Now, some really important things that you see in here are words like to engage. It is a practice, so it is an active item. And there's also this aspect that doing meditation will get you to a state of calm, centeredness, relaxation. Scholars throughout the years have debated what is the right meditation. Maybe you'll even ask those questions too. Which way is the right way to meditate? What is the best form of meditation? What is the correct one? I will tell you this. All forms of meditation are good. All forms of meditation are valid if they provide value to you. Yes? And let's talk about some of those values and benefits. I know you probably, like me, or if you've not started meditation, you always hear people say, you gotta meditate, you gotta meditate. And there's all these health benefits associated with meditation, from the spirit to the mind to the body. Let's go into a few of these areas, just seeing how great this can be and benefit your life. First of all, studies show that meditation improves brain cognition and memory. It helps us to do better problem solving and decision-making strategies. There are many people that you can set an intention before your meditation, thinking, I want to ask myself this question. What's an answer of something I need to solve? And you can go into meditation, relaxation, and give yourself clarity of thought, and they'll come back up. In fact, studies have shown that a mindfulness meditation of 8 weeks has improved people's concentrations. Now, it's no doubt that we need more of this nowadays. Let me tell you a personal experience. How many of you have ever tried to read a book recently, like a physical book, or maybe a Kindle? You read a couple pages and paragraphs, and a few pages go by, and you realize, I don't remember anything that I just read. My mind is going through the paragraphs, but I don't remember anything. My mind is going and thinking about this. I need to cook. I need to go do that. Oh, my phone's ringing. It's because in the day and age that we live in now, we have so much information coming at us that we've developed what we call a monkey brain, always scattered, always going around. And meditation will help us to get more focused. Yeah? It's a natural stress destabilizer. It will help to reduce the hormone in your body called cortisol, which is responsible for stress. So these are all positive things we can do to be better in our own professional lives. But there's more. If we look into the realm of our mood and our ability to cope with problems, studies have shown that improving the meditation actually makes us kinder people or more empathetic. I think if those of you who've known me for a long time, I'm a very hot-tempered person, and I still am. That is just part of my personality. But I think over time, I've also become much more empathetic and hopefully kind. Especially today. But no, it's true, it's true. And the reason why that is when you do a meditation, it helps you to really center yourself. It helps you to be more aware of your thoughts and feelings. Here's a negative thought. Here's a positive thought. And the great thing is they're just thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. It helps us to improve our own self-confidence. And when we feel great about ourselves, our own self-image, we will be kinder to other people. So beginners who meditate regularly show increased signs of happiness as well and heightened self-esteem. These are all important things to contribute to a healthy personal life. So last but not least, the physical benefits of meditation. Studies have shown that with meditation, it will help to improve your immune system. It actually increases what's called lymphocyte counts in your bodies that help defend against things like cancer. It also helps to increase your energy naturally. And if you're suffering from chronic pain, in addition to your doctor's prescribed care, meditation can help you to also reduce some of the pain feelings. People believe to have a well-centered life. If you're a sports player, you exercise regularly, meditation is also that extra piece of the pie to make a really holistic, good life and leading a good and healthy life. So those are the benefits of meditation. Like I said, I don't want to spend too long on theory because I want you to all experience meditation right away. So today I've selected what's called Samariti Pranayama, or box breathing. Given its fancy name, it's actually one of the simplest forms to begin meditation. In Sanskrit, it literally means same fluctuations. So with Samariti, what we're going to do is we're going to practice this, and it'll allow you to relax your body. It'll help you to focus. And the best part with this is that you can do this anywhere. You can do this sitting, standing, like some people here. If you want to sit in Indian style, that's great too. And I'll tell you, as a speaker who speaks at many events, I still get nervous sometimes. Waiting for my slot to go and seeing that other speaker talk, I will try this just at my desk very quietly, and I instantly feel better. My face is less red, and I can then do my presentation. So first up, I'm going to explain to you how to do this step. We'll do it together. And then we haven't started the meditation practice yet, but here, to do Samariti, all you have to do is, you don't have to close your eyes yet, but you will close your eyes. And you simply want to breathe in through your nose. So that means that your mouth is shut. So breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when you get there, you want to hold it for 4 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly, you want to exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, some of you may notice a few things. You're getting really into this. In the beginning, you try to take a huge breath. I can't count to 4. No, the idea is you want to control your breath in slowly. So you're making concerted effort. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save enough energy to hold it without inhaling or exhaling. 2, 3, 4. And again, slowly exhale. 2, 3, 4. Let's try it one more time. Close your eyes. Inhale for 4 breaths. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. All right. You can open your eyes. We have a few more things before we get started. So we basically want to repeat these steps over and over until you feel calm. Now that's just the breathing aspect. Everyone good? Everyone good? All right, a few other things before we get started, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what's going to happen in the next 20 minutes. First of all, we will be relaxed, but we have to, in order to be relaxed, we have to have purpose. So I want everyone, whether you're at home, sitting down or at your desk, you got to sit up straight. Whatever we do, we have good intention. You got to sit up straight, okay? Now, a couple of things to share with you. Your mind will naturally think of other things. So I know a lot of people said emptiness or clear thought or empty mind. No, it's impossible. If we stop thinking, we die. But what we can do is slow down our thinking. So I'm going to tell you a couple of things. The best tricks are this. Listen to my voice, and then when you find your mind wandering, that monkey brain going around, simply bring it back to your breath. The counting aspect will help you focus on your meditation. Another item we'll use in here is visualization. So as you're counting your breaths, you still need a little something to focus on. So I'm going to recommend that you all take a good look at this candle, put it in your mind, think about it, and along with your breathing, focus on this light or this candle if you need. There's already 2 things to focus on. So I'm going to guide you through this relaxation. I'm going to talk for the first 5 minutes. And then when I put the music on, you'll know that that is a deep point when you can start to really get into the relaxation, and that's about 15 minutes. Before we get started, I only have one thing more to say. There's only one way to do this practice incorrectly, and that is if you criticize yourself. Meaning, like, if in your mind you think, I can't do this, it's hard, I'm not doing it right, just let that go. Just come back to your breath all the time. Are we ready? Are there any technical issues? We're good? We're good? Are you guys ready? Again, sit up nice and straight, people. Sit up nice and straight. Yeah, get a nice comfortable position, either foot planted or hands to your sides. You can sit cross-legged style if you want. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Let us begin. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Release. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Release. 2, 3, 4. Now, continue with your breathing for 4 counts each. Visualize that light in the center of your mind, that glowing light, while you are counting your breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Release. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Let's continue with your breathing through your nose. Visualize that light. It is normal that things will happen around you, sensations, just acknowledge it and come back to your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Again, always back to your breath. While still counting your breaths, focus your feeling to your head, the top of your head. Just acknowledge the sensations on the top of your head. Visualize that light, always to your breath. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Now imagine that your head is slowly becoming relaxed. From the top of your head to your eyelids, to your mouth, just relaxing, just melting away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Bring your mind back to your breath, the light. Now just try to feel the relaxation sensation moving from your face to your chest and shoulders, just melting, just relaxing. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And if you find your mind wandering, just bring it back to your practice. Today is your practice. You'll take it out of it what you put in. And as you breathe, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Just feel that relaxation from your chest to your abdomen, just melting, melting. And all you see is that candle light and the counting of your breath until your whole body is relaxed. Just relax. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your arms, roll your head around. And when you feel ready, please open your eyes and we'll resume. So, question is, how do you guys feel? Just slowly get out of your practice. It's kind of hard to gauge when so many of you are online. You're welcome to share any thoughts you may have before we resume the course. Does anyone feel better? A little different, a little odd? Good. Relax. Yeah. Don't worry if you don't get it the first time, even if you get 5 minutes out of that. Now, what a great job you guys did. You did 20, Serenity? Not as easy as you thought. Relaxed? Yeah, Serenity? Yeah, it's different. I think those of you who are in the room physically, when you have someone with you, it's a little bit easier to be guided. But still, I think you should all be proud of yourself. You guys did about over 20 minutes of meditation, which is really, really good for beginners, right? Did you guys, let's see, so relaxed, my cat came and sat on my lap. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. A little sleepy? No worries, all good. Did any of you guys get that feeling that, as you're doing this, your mind, you started to do the breath work, but then you want to think about something else? Oh, no? Or the wandering mind? No?
But good, it's the candle.
The candle, the visualization, yeah. I also specifically chose this song for a number of reasons. It has other aspects of meditation I'll talk about later, specifically chanting. Not your conventional meditation song, did you think? No, meditation can also be energetic in many ways. That is actually a very popular song. It's not available on iTunes. It's only on a CD, which I found in an old device called an iPod and put it on this computer. I'm happy to share it. It's embedded in this song. It's called Back Bends for Opening the Heart. It's popularly used for Shavasana, or the corpse pose after yoga. So in the time remaining, we're going to shift energy a bit. Yeah? I wanted you guys to have that experience rather than me talking too much, but now I'm going to talk a lot. So let's move on to part 2. More interactive, as you guys got that nice refreshing feeling. Has any of you out there ever heard of the Maharishi effect? I'm guessing probably not, so I'll just explain what it is. So Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, he started this movement called Transcendental Meditation, or TM, which is a form of meditation using a mantra. So this is really popular in the 60s and the 70s, and this photo here is a very famous photo of Maharishi with the Beatles and Mia Farrow. For some reason, transcendental meditation is super popular with celebrities. So when you're on Facebook, you may see like Katy Perry have a message come up talking about transcendental meditation. So what that has to do with the Maharishi effect was studies showed that his belief, Maharishi, that if 1% of the population all meditated, the entire community would receive these positive vibrations out into the world, and things would be better. In fact, an experiment done in the, I believe, late 70s, a group of Tibetan monks went to the slums of Brazil and meditated there for a month. During that time, they found that crime rate had actually reduced by 16%. So I'd like you to think that, how many people are with us? Maybe 90, not quite 100? If all of us actually meditated for 10, 15, 20 minutes, think about all that positive energy we just sent out into the world, not just for your own lives, for the people around you with COVID and everything going on. So it's just a funny fact. So now comes to the point why we're non-meditators. With all these great things of meditation, why do we need to meditate nowadays? How many of you ever feel like this fella here? Yeah, just working a day. Well, it's no wonder in our busy lives, we have so many things to deal with, right? We have to do deadlines and reports, got to sell this digital now, our show's postponed. It's normal to feel stressed out. Believe me, I understand you. I did not believe in meditation for the longest time, and it's a journey for me. When I was living in the United States and I was the director for the video game division for GDC, it was 5 events, many properties. It was absolutely thrilling and exhilarating. One of the best experiences of my career. I think around the 4th year, I started to feel really sick, and my hair started to fall out. Not male pattern baldness, I have really nice hair, but huge clumps of my hair fell out. So I went to go see a doctor. My hair is falling out. What do I do? What do I do? And so it was like a big spot. And so the doctor said, your cortisol level, the amount of chemicals you're making your body to produce stress is too much. And I think this is quite common for all of you. They say being an event planner, the events industry is one of the most stressful jobs you can have. So I said, well, we'll fix it. And he said, I said, I'll do anything to get better. I'll take pills, medicine, but don't ask me to meditate, okay? And he said, you gotta meditate. You gotta find some relaxation. And I think that I said, I don't wanna meditate because one, I think the right side of my brain thought, I don't believe in that kind of thing. I don't believe in it, yeah? I'm like a fast person, very analytical. And maybe also deep down that I had tried at some point and I found that I couldn't do it. And me being quite a competitive person, I think I'm good at many things, and maybe I thought I didn't know how to do it, so I was just going to dismiss it. Well, sadly, I took those shots in my head, I took those pills, but I did not meditate. It would be much later until I would start to learn more. For my birthday one year, my roommate in San Francisco gave me, as a joke, I think a certificate to go see a hypnotist, yeah? So I decided to go see this hypnotist, and it's not what you think. It's not like this picture of some person doing this to me. In fact, it was a she. She actually guided me through a form of meditation using visualization and chanting. So visualization, it was a white light like that candle that I also asked you guys to do. And the chanting, I didn't ask you guys to chant today, but chanting is also another great relaxation tool. Everyone try this at home. Just go to an easy chant, the easiest one possible. Om. So do a deep breath in and then Om. You guys try. Very good. Do you notice after your meditation, what did that do? It actually sends a vibration through your body. Well, Om and different forms of chanting is actually has a very good purpose. So the song actually had people chanting it. I didn't ask you guys to do that. I'll get to an explanation later. I was conscious the entire time and my mind was there, but it allowed my body to focus on just a few actions. And when I came out of hypnosis, I felt a high degree of calmness and serenity. It was at that moment, a light switched off in my head. This I can believe, and the hypnotist explained it to me. What finally made me believe in meditation types of practices and wellness was this. It's actually a physiological impact happening to your body. When you focus your mind on a single action to make it involuntary. So if we did a chanting method, you would say that over and over again until it became involuntary, or an action that you just do. Basically, focusing your mind to train on just one thing will create you to be calm. It is impossible for you to stop thinking, otherwise you'll be dead. But it is possible to train your mind to focus on something such as your breath, to just focus it, that all other things quiet down. If you were ever doing a meditation together outdoors, the first thing you would notice is all the sounds around you. It's relatively quiet, but if you get deep into your meditation, those sounds will actually go away. So my next adventure in this, many years later, I decided to learn more about meditation, specifically the Dharana meditation. It's part of the Yoga Sutras of teaching. And so Dharana is a very good first start or next step for many of you if you want to learn mindful meditation. It refers to concentration of the mind that you practice by fixing your mind on a thought or an object. Practitioners of this particular sect of meditation believe that finally you'll reach nirvana. That's like 1,000 steps away. But in the interim, you get many great benefits before then. So for many of you, like many of you, Hong Kong has so many great holidays. You might go to like Japan or Taiwan, go get drunk with your friends. I decided one year in 2016, let's do something different. Let's do a meditation retreat. And so I did some research and I visited the Dharana Phuket Meditation Center. Now I show you this here because it's, number one, very affordable. Exactly price I don't know, but you find information in this PowerPoint. I arrived here and I think I'm so cool, but it's actually quite a nice surrounding, a beautiful villa hotel. As you can see, there is yoga and activities. We basically would wake up very early in the morning. A nice shuttle coach would take us to beautiful sites across Phuket. like the big Buddha there on the beach, and we would meditate much in the manner that we meditate together, but with a much more professional practitioner. During the day, there's more meditation, there's activities like yoga, and everyday Thai massage. Yeah. So yeah, already? So very good choice for all of you. Yeah. So that was in 2016. I remember at the end of that week, it's about 1 week, I said, I don't want to leave here, I just want to stay here. But I think I got an email from Jimei and said, come back. So many of you may know or might not know, I took a break from work last year for a sabbatical in 6 months, simply because I wanted to. There's a lot of things I want to take care of. I traveled the world, went back to school, but I also made sure to make time for wellness. I want to learn more about wellness. So I'm going to show here, this is an event by a company called Mind Valley. It's called A-Fest. So I researched this event. It's a very well-procured event. It takes place in different places across the world. It's basically Burning Man meets TED. And so it's the idea is a collection of artists, professionals who want to change the world. It was very expensive, and you have to apply to go. So I applied, and then I showed up, and I thought it was just a marketing thing. You know, we're an event. It's like, whatever, application my ass. I show up there, and there's only 300 people. They only accept 300 people. I meet the people next to me and said, hey, what do you do? I'm like, I work in events and exhibition. And what do you do? I'm a surgeon, but my passion in life is, you know, just giving free surgeries in Africa to the blind. I just completed my 100th one because in Africa, if you're blind, you could be put to prison. It's like, oh my God, this is serious. So it was amazing. Why I bring this up was because we concentrated at many great things, including speakers and activities. I got to work out in the morning with really famous yoga practitioners. I got to meet Michael Beckwith. But there are two things here that increased my knowledge of wellness. One is I got to practice what is breath work with Lisa de Narvaez. So breath, I'd never heard of this before. Breath work is a different type of breathing exercise. Basically use it to recreate sort of flight or flight mode. So throughout the whole practice, we do a different type of breathing. It's breathing like 3 times the whole practice. And I went to 3 sessions of this, and you get a completely different feeling. Yes, you'll be relaxed, but also you get a whole sensation in your body like it's being high. I recommend that you do this only with an experienced practitioner. I'll show you, actually. I did take a selfie while this is going on. So you can see the entire audience here is just completely in a trance doing breath work. I think I recall at that moment, I felt my whole body tingle just doing breath work. So it's definitely something, you don't have to be limited to just sitting still all the time. There's many tough forms of wellness. The next thing I want to show you was one of the friends, my tribe members, as we called it, she looked at me, she said, oh my God, that's Marissa Peer. Take a photo with me of her with her. And I said, okay, who is this Marissa Peer? And apparently Marissa Peer is this famous hypnotherapist to the stars, Olympic athletes, and royalty. She speaks at the event regularly. On this much, she's an attendee. And she also does a form of hypnotherapy. I bring this up because I started to study hypnotherapy afterwards, and I also put a link of her YouTube channel here. It's really fun. You'd be amazed how many free things are available on YouTube: guided meditations, hypnotherapy. And what is hypnotherapy? It's a type of medicine where you can use to create a state of focus. Again, the idea is focus, to increase suggestibility, where you could then receive positive suggestions. So guided imagery. And why I find this so fascinating is that the power of your mind is amazing. The words that we speak, the thoughts that we think really create our reality. Again, that person back then doesn't believe in any of this. I really believe in all of these wellness things now. I think we have still got a good amount of time. So I want to show you that, you know, if you tell your mind to do something, if you tell your mind tells your body to do something, it will believe and it will react. If your mind tells your body to do something, it will believe and it will react. So if you say every day, I'm sick, I don't feel well, well, surely maybe you do have some physical problems, but I think the fact that you're telling yourself all the time, I'm sick, I don't feel well, it's not helping. Don't believe me? Let's try a quick hypnosis, shall we? Awesome. Okay. Yes, you see a nice picture of a lemon. Are you guys still out there with me? Good, good. Again, we start with any sort of practice with what? sitting up straight. So intention, sit up nice and straight, nice and straight. It's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna put you guys into hypnosis. Don't worry. You won't be barking like a dog. Here, for one, your eyes, look up as if like your eyeballs are trying to look at the back of your head. Let's hold it for 5. Now look straight again. Now roll your eyes back to try to look at the back as if you're trying to look at the back of your head or the top of your head. Okay, come back. Now I want you to do the same activity. Now we're going to start, but do it with your eyelids closed, your eyes closed. So your eyelids closed, try to look at the top of your head. Right. Now with your eyes closed, just stay. Your eyes closed, you can rest your eyes, make it go center. That was actually a form of indicating to your brain you're receptive to now suggestion. So with your eyes closed, just listen to me. Straight, nice and straight, relax. Visualize a lemon right in front of you. Maybe it's on a tree, maybe it's standing there. A nice, bright, clean looking, fresh looking lemon. With your right hand, just go out there and grab this lemon. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Pull it close to you. If it's from a tree, pluck it off that tree. Hold that lemon in your hand. This bright, yellow, firm lemon has a nice feel to it. Just feel it in your hand. Take that lemon and bring it close to your nose now. Take a nice smell in. Just smell that amazing, fresh lemon smell. Roll it around, this amazing, luscious, firm lemon smell. Just smell it. So fresh. So fresh. Now, you just can't hold it anymore. Go ahead and sink your teeth into that lemon. Just sink your teeth right into that fresh, fresh lemon, rinds and all, just right through it. Just sink your teeth in. Now start chewing on that piece of lemon. It's sweet and sour at the same time. Just keep chewing, rinds and all, gushing with sourness. Keep chewing. Keep chewing. Okay, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Coming out of hypnosis now. No, there's no lemon. Come back to me, come back to me. Question for all of you. While doing that exercise, how many of you experience that your mouth is slightly wet, if not salivating? Yeah. Did anyone? Do you guys see some nods? Yeah. Do your mouth water a bit? Why did it water? There's no lemon. There's no lemon. Because you told your mind you're eating a lemon, so your body reacted in further. So kind of an interesting thing, huh? Interesting thing. So that is part of hypnotherapy. If you believe that you're a loser, your value is going to be a loser. If you believe that you're a fantastic person, today's going to be great, your day is going to be that much better. My last and final story is the probably most interesting one that you'd want to know. It's about Vipassana. So Vipassana is the oldest form of meditation. Vipassana literally means experiencing reality as it is. Now, I kind of didn't tell the whole truth. The first trip I did in 2016, I asked my mother, where can I go to meditate? And she is a huge practitioner of Vipassana. It is also known as the silent meditation. For reasons that you'll know in the next slide, I didn't feel ready to do that. But I talked to my mother during this time. She said, if you have time, you're never going to have this time again, try this. So what is Vipassana? Vipassana means to see things as they really are. It's this practice of meditation created by Gandhi over 2,500 years ago. So for those of you, and it's not related to religion, but it comes from Buddhist tradition. So Gandhi realized that we are filled with suffering in this lifetime and the next lifetime, again and again and again, until you can break the cycle or this wheel. And so you can do so through this practice. Now, what makes this meditation quite different is that it is 10 full days of silent meditation. And actually, in total, you probably need about 13 days. They don't count day 1, which is day 0, the first day that you stop speaking. Every day has about 7 to 10 hours of meditation. 3 of those hours, you have to practice noble meditation, which you cannot move at all. There are several rules, at least 30 of them, stemming from do not lie, do not cheat, do not eat meat, down to do not look at someone, do not speak to someone, do not write, do not read. It's a lot. So why on earth, why would someone want to subject themselves to this? I heard so many interesting things about it. Even my yoga master friends had told me, you got to try it one day. It's going to be something that will change your life. So I thought, let's try it. If my mom can do it, and you know, another funny story is my mother, my sister and I would joke, I think mom's getting more dementia. But I got to tell you, at 66, she is smarter now than she was when she was in her 40s. The conversations with her, she is so quick. And I think it has a lot to do with her meditation. So if you go, so search for Vipassana centers, and this is how popular it is. There's over 200 centers across the world that do Vipassana. There's actually one here in Hong Kong in Discovery Bay, but it looks a little scary. So the really good ones are in Thailand. How much does it cost? It doesn't cost anything. It's all done by donation. So even for Thailand, there's six places you have to apply. The ones near Bangkok were fully booked, so I saw an opening in one in a northern region of Thailand called Khon Kaen, or Khon Kaen. And so I get on a plane, I fly there, it's in the middle of nowhere, it's rules. And as the taxi driver was driving up to the Dhamma Savana Center, I had a panic. I said, I don't think I can do this, I don't think I can do this. I think I'm gonna turn around and go back to Bangkok, I don't wanna do this. But I already arrived and she left. So starting from the top right, this is an idea. We enter a center. It was, I surrendered my phone, surrendered my wallet, everything. They locked it up. And then this little hut was my room. This is actually like the presidential suite of the place. I had my own little cabin. It had like a side bathroom, no air condition, a fan. And then the last student cleaned it up for me. The picture most to the right, you can see that is actually our dining hall. We even ate in silence. We had to wash our own plates, carry it one by one, wash it in silence. Now, coming down here, this is the pathway to the main hall. And so that's where we spend the majority of our time. And these little cubby things you see, those are called meditation cells, that if you wanted to, during a certain period of time, you could also go into those cells and meditate. I know what you're thinking. Let's go in there and take a nap. No, you can't. It gets very hot during that time in Thailand. And here, the last picture is just a stump of, I'd sit on between the next session. So in the main hall, this is what it looked like. I recall my seat was the third from the front. And this is a schedule that we did every day for 10 days. Again, day one was a survival day. You had to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. It's still dark. And then it says 4:30 to 6:30, you can meditate in the hall and in your room. That is not true, because I thought I was smart the first day. I'm going to meditate in my room. And all of a sudden I heard a knock, 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 and it was the instructor, and he just did this. Go to the main hall. So it's progressive. Then we'd have breakfast. Then we'd have group meditation in the hall from 8 to 9. And then we'd meditate in the hall or in your own, based on the teacher's instructions. There were usually different levels of people, newbies, and then people that were returning to do this again. And then lunch break. There's only 2 meals in the day, lunch and breakfast, and they're rather close to each other. And it was the best time of the day. And then we'd rest a bit, and then have interviews with the teacher. So the only time you could talk was if you made an appointment in writing to the teacher and instructor, and then you could talk about something. And in the afternoon, what do we have? More meditation in your room in the hall. To tell you the truth, I ultimately always decided to meditate in the hall because they had the best fans. And there really isn't much else to do. At evening times, there was a tea break, and tea break was literally just tea and fruit. And all the food is vegetarian. I suggest that you want to try this, do it in Thailand. The food is delicious. The vegetarian food is delicious. Happiest day of everyone's day. They say discourse, but you don't actually talk. You watch instructional videos at nighttime. Now, I want to share this with you and trying to explain, what did I get out of this? What I was trying to do, it's very hard for me to explain the entire 10 days, and it really does take 10 days because it progressively teaches you the technique of Vipassana. I also tried to read a lot of blogs before this to just understand what did they do during those days. It's hard to explain all this, but I will explain one thing that I thought was very interesting. The basic principle is this. All the experiences we've had in our lives, good or bad, your mind is stored in your mind, right? But it's also stored in your body as a sensation. So you don't realize it every day because through this belief, they believe that if you fell down as a child, you're going to remember that in your mind, but your body also keeps a memory of that. And so the idea behind doing complete silent meditation and holding still is that you will slowly feel these sensations come up, the good, the bad. I've had stories from different people that people have broken down and cried. They had such big epiphanies. I was waiting for that moment. I was like waiting every day. When am I going to cry? It didn't happen. I did say to the teacher one day, it was my turn. I think it was the third or fourth day. It was instructional time. All she said was, "Do you feel it? How do you feel? How do you feel?" And I said, "I'm in pain." Like sitting there for hours, not moving. I'm in pain. And she said, "I'm in pain too. You just have to do it." The second time I spoke with her, I said, I felt this choking feeling, like choking in my neck. And I did exactly as the instructions said, just let it feel and let it go away. And she said, that was a very, very deep, deep memory that you had released. The most important thing I think I got out of this was that I learned that we can begin to heal ourselves. You can begin to heal your lives with these wonderful practices. So we're ending up for my final slides. So my final tips for wellness. I decided to just give you, like I do with everything, the most honest feedback I have here. Try researching, experimenting with different types of meditation and wellness and apps. And I have lots of resources I'll share with you later. Find something until it works for you. You don't have to get all like, oh, I'm a guru, or oh, that person's this or that. No, I mean, this is called wellness for a reason. It's for you to get well. And there's so many different types. It's not confined to just meditation. If you ask me, do I meditate every day? I'm going to say, no, I don't. I meditate a lot. But if you ask me, do I practice a form of wellness every day? Absolutely, absolutely. Gratitude lists, I'm really into that right now. I won't get into it. At first I thought, oh, that's another stupid thing, gratitude list, until I realized how to do it properly. It really makes a difference. When you are going to do a practice, though, you have to create an intention, an intentional environment. Yeah? Writing on the MTR and snoozing for a few minutes, that's not meditation. Yeah? That's not meditation. So when you are going to do, lying in, people have different thoughts about this. Getting up in bed and like sneezing a little bit more and hitting snooze, that's not meditation. You want to meditate? Get up out of bed. Sit up straight on the floor, on the couch. Create an intention. Yeah? Incorporate wellness every day into your life. And I say this because you hit this a lot, but the more I practice, the more I really understand things. If you have a bad habit, addiction, smoking, whatever, like me, it actually over time, these bad habits create a certain pathway in your brain. And the best way to alleviate that is to create new pathways of good habits. And so you can see a theme a lot of I talk about today is I start to believe a lot of things when they come to be more scientific. If one thing gets boring to you, just try another. So I'm going to go through this quickly so we can have some time to talk about discussions. There are many, many resources for you out there. Here are a few that I listed I thought were quite interesting. The Chopra Center is always good for Deepak Chopra. We have Fragrant Heart, Meditation Oasis, Yoga Journal. If you want to learn more about chants, there are 20 awesome chants you could look at. And Positive Psychology Today gave me a lot of information about the benefits of meditation. Meditation resources and popular apps. Some people like to use apps. They're good too. You can use Headspace or Calm. If you already have Spotify subscription, there are many good podcast channels that you can use specifically for sleep. Marissa Peer, if you're more interested to learn about hypnotherapy, is there. And I found Mind Body Online, which is sort of like a Google for wellness when I was doing this presentation. For those of you who are interested in any of the retreats that I went on, here are some links. Durana, I'm not trying to advertise them, I don't get a cut, but I thought it was very palatable for many of you new folks. Mind Valley is a bit expensive, and they have a lot of different courses you can try out. And Vipassana Meditation Center, I think there's nothing to be scared about. I do recommend. If you ask anyone who's done Vipassana, don't let them scare you. Everyone will say it was an interesting and good experience. So with that, I hope everything went okay today. Let's maybe have some sharing. Very open to anyone who'd like to share their thoughts. Okay, we have a few minutes, or even to express how you may have felt today, or anything at all.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, Benson.
Okay. I would like to know whether you have religious behind in your mind, because I'm a Buddhist.
Sure.
And I meditate all my life. I always use recitational mantra to help meditating. So do you need that?
That's a great question. So Benson's question was, am I religious and do you need to have religion? That's a great question, and no, you don't. I think that they can be connected, but there's a difference between being religious and spiritual. I do think mindfulness meditation is a spiritual exercise, or can be, or you can also just think of it simply as a health or exercise. You can also think of that too. I also read lots of self-help books and healthy books and meditation. I personally, I was born Buddhist, but my parents are not very big practitioners. I will say in the last 5 years, I've become much more spiritual and believing there's a maybe divine power that helps all of us. But yeah, all are good, all are valid. Any questions? No?
No.
Really?
So I asked a question. Sometimes I feel very sleepy whenever I do meditations. Like I have just completed 21-day challenges for meditation program, and then I find 1/3 of the time I fall asleep.
Sure.
For 1 hour, then I woke up. What did I do? Yeah. So how to solve it?
Sure. Well, I have two questions that I actually want to ask them at the same time. One, is that a bad thing? I mean, do you get some rest out of it?
No.
Yeah, I think, are you focusing so much more on the 21-day challenge, but did you feel like you get some benefit, that the fact that you can sleep too?
Yeah.
My other question was going to be this: when do you do the meditation?
At night, before the sleep.
Try doing it in the morning. Try doing it in the morning, because I also do meditation at night or hypnotherapy, and that helps me put to sleep right away. Yeah. So try it in the morning. It's a different feeling. Try, if you're a night person, try a wellness or gratitude thing in the morning. It's gonna really set your day really well. Lee James, please recommend the resource to get good music lists for meditation for my own practice. To be honest with you, I don't use music in my own practice because Vipassana was silent, but I thought the music would help you guys here. But when I do want to sleep, I do. There's this meditation that they have on YouTube, meditation songs that go for like 8 hours, which are really great. The song that I shared with you today, which is embedded in this PowerPoint, is the only song that I will meditate to. I listen to it at my desk all the time, and it just gets me focused. So I'll try to send some resources, but I don't usually listen to music. More questions?
Any recommendations to select venue for meditations? Like,
okay.
If I find some quiet places, I will feel extra sensitive to any distractions.
Yeah. So the question here was, what's a good location here? There are many different beliefs on this. Some people, most people meditate sitting up, so on a chair with some support, or with their legs folded. I say that because some people also say you can lie down. I'm not a big fan of lying down meditation. I feel that's a little bit different. And then also, most of the time, you have your eyes closed. And then some people also like to focus on an object, like a picture on the wall. My recommendation is this: just find a place that you're comfortable. I mean, what I do is I take a mat from my couch and I put it on the floor in my living room. I sit there and I meditate with my eyes closed. I can still hear the sounds from the outside, but I also acknowledge that because I know that's part of life. And then if I get into a really good meditative state, I should be able to block those out. So that's whatever feels comfortable to you, but those are my main recommendations. I think focus less on worrying about everything else around. I really thought it was going to get noisy in our practice today. I was hoping it would, so that I could stop it and say, it doesn't matter, just come back. More questions or thoughts, anyone? Oh, a lot of questions now. Can a glass of wine be recommended with meditation? No, it can't. I do love wine in myself. No, I only say that I don't have a reason other than all the teachers that I've ever had don't recommend that, because you're supposed to be in a certain mindset. But if you want to drink wine and listen to music that relaxes you, that's fine too. I'm Catholic, but most of these are Buddhist-based. No, don't worry, they're not religious at all. They're not, like, all of these practices, all these places, they are not affiliated with religion. They just stemmed from someone who was religious, who became it, who started it. You don't have to be Buddhist or anything, that's just the history of it. And all these places recommend recommend you not to think that way, and they don't promote Buddhism.
Similar question.
Can Christian pray in the night and meditation in the morning? Well, I of course, and that could be also a form of your spiritual wellness. Absolutely. Yes.
So about
How to start meditation? Just practice. Can you please recommend how long the starter of meditation to take so time and length, yeah? Well, first of all, you guys are all meditators. You all did it today. So that was your start. My recommendation is, this is where maybe you do want to download Calm, which I had, or timers. They can also offer you instructional meditation. I'll just be super honest with you. Some people say 5 or 10 minutes is great. No, I recommend for beginners, try at least 20 minutes. Do a timer and try at least 20 minutes. In that 20 minutes, if you need to do, put some music with your timer, that's good. Sometimes I do that, not often. But I really don't do the 5-10 minute like some people say. Try 20 minutes. If you can, and the Vipassana people are telling me to meditate like 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night at minimum. So I switched to hypnotherapy. It's funny.
make a recommendation.
Oh, one has some good ones. Please do want to fill in evaluation. Oh, great. So I think that is the end for our time today. I really appreciate all of you out there spending your hour and 15 minutes with myself, Jeremy, and Eileen, to these two great guys who have just coordinated and put up with my terror. So all I have left to say is I hope this is exciting for you. Please do try to continue and not just meditation, but wellness. And I thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.